Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. I'm Kerry. Today I'll be showing you how to crochet a cloud. I've used the cloud for both appliques and finger puppets. The two grey clouds have a crocheted back and I'll show you how to do that today. And this white finger puppet has a felt back. I just stitched that on with the sewing machine. For the raindrops, for the grey ones, I've made crocheted raindrops in two different sizes, and for this white applique I've just added some beads. The size of the large cloud is 8.5 centimetres by 7.5 centimetres, or 3¼ inches by 3 inches. For the small cloud, using 4-ply crochet cotton, the sizes 5.5 centimetres by 4.5 centimetres, or 2¼ inches by 1¾ inches. I'll be using 8-ply wool, which is light worsted in the US and double knit in the UK. I've got grey for my main colour and blue for the eyes. I've got a 2.5mm crochet hook, a darning needle to weave in the ends, a pair of scissors and sewing thread and a needle to stitch the cloud together, and also to embroider on the dot on the eyes and the mouth. Now we'll start in the middle of the circle. So using my main colour, my grey, I'm going to make a magic loop. I put my hook on my yarn and bring the short end over the long end, and then take the long end over the top of the short end to make a circle. And then I put my yarn around my hook and take the hook with the yarn through the circle, and I've got a magic loop. Now into the circle we work 1 chain. Next we work 3 half double crochet. A half double crochet is called a half treble in the UK. For a half double crochet we put our yarn around the hook, hook in through the circle from the front and bring back a loop. Yarn around the hook and take our hook and yarn through all the loops on our hook. Now that's a half double crochet. We need 2 more. Next we work 3 double crochet into our circle. A double crochet is called a treble in the UK. For a double crochet we put our yarn around the hook, hook into the circle through the front and bring back a loop. Yarn around the hook, take our hook and yarn through 2 loops. Yarn around the hook, take our hook and yarn through the other 2 loops. And we need 2 more double crochet. Next we work 6 half double crochet into our circle. Then we work 3 double crochet into our circle. And then last we work 3 half double crochet into our circle. Then we pull our circle tight. To pull our circle tight, we take hold of the tail and just ease the circle in as far as we can. I'll probably have to pull that in a bit more at the end. and then we slip stitch into at the top of the first half double crochet. So it's this stitch here just above our one chain. For a slip stitch, we put our hook in through the stitch and bring a loop back through the stitch and then through the loop on the hook. And that's row 1 complete. For row 2, we start with one chain and work 1 half double crochet into the same stitch as the chain, one half double crochet into the next stitch, and then 2 half double crochet into the following stitch. Then we work 2 double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. So 2 double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. Then we work 2 half double crochet into the next stitch, one half double crochet into each of the next 4 stitches, two half double crochet into the following stitch, two double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches, two half double crochet into the next stitch, and one half double crochet into each remaining stitch. And then slip stitch into the top of the first stitch. So this stitch here, just above the one chain. For row 3, we start with 2 chain and work 1 double crochet into the same stitch as the chain, and then work 1 double crochet into each of the next 4 stitches. Then we work 2 double crochet into each of the following 5 stitches. So 2 double crochet into each of the following 5 stitches. Then 1 double crochet into each of the next 8 stitches. Next we work 2 double crochet into each of the following 5 stitches. So 2 double crochet into each of the following 5 stitches. And then we work 1 double crochet into each stitch to the end. And slip stitch into the top of the first stitch. That stitch there. And that's row 3 complete. For row 4, we start with 2 chain and work 1 double crochet into the same place as the chain. And then 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. And then 1 half double crochet into each of the following 2 stitches. Then we work 1 single crochet into the next stitch. A single crochet is called a double crochet in the UK. For a single crochet, we put our hook in through the next stitch and bring through a loop, yarn around the hook and take our hook with the yarn through the 2 loops. That's a single crochet. Then we work 2 double crochet into the next stitch. Then 2 treble into the following stitch. A treble is called a double treble in the UK. For a treble, we put our yarn around the hook twice, hook into the next stitch and bring through a loop. Yarn around the hook, take our hook and yarn through 2 loops, yarn around the hook, hook and yarn through the next 2 loops, yarn around the hook and take our hook and yarn through the following 2 loops. And we need to work another treble into the same stitch as our last treble. Then we work 2 double crochet into the next stitch, a single crochet into the following stitch, then a slip stitch into the next stitch. So hook into the next stitch, bring through a loop and take it straight through the loop on our hook, and then a single crochet into the next stitch, And then we're going to repeat this curvy piece again. So 2 double crochet into the next stitch, 2 treble into the following stitch, 2 double crochet into the next stitch, a single crochet into the following stitch, and then a slip stitch into the next stitch, and then a single crochet into the next stitch. And we'll work 2 more of our curvy pieces the same. So 2 double crochet into the next stitch, 2 treble into the following stitch, two double crochet into the next, a single crochet into our next stitch, then a slip stitch into the following, and then a single crochet into the next stitch, and then 2 double crochet into the next stitch, two treble into the following stitch, two double crochet into our next stitch, then a single crochet into the next, a slip stitch into the following, and a single crochet into the next, and then 2 double crochet into our next stitch, two treble into the following stitch, two double crochet into the next stitch, and a single crochet into the following stitch. Then we work 1/2 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches, and 1 double crochet into each stitch to the end. And then slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet. And fasten off. And that's the cloud done. If you were making a finger puppet with the crocheted back, you would make another cloud the same as that to attach to the back. Now for the eyes, I make a magic loop and work 1 chain and 4 single crochet into my circle. I pull the circle tight and slip stitch into the top of the first stitch. And fasten off. And I'll need another eye the same. So I make a magic loop and work 1 chain and 4 single crochet into my circle. I pull the circle tight and slip stitch into the top of the first stitch and fasten off. For the raindrops, I make a magic loop and work 2 chain and 1/2 double crochet into my circle. I pull the circle tight and I fasten off, leaving a long tail to attach it to the bottom of the cloud. Now, as I'm using the same yarn as the cloud, I'll make 3 more. So make a magic loop and work 2 chain and 1/2 double crochet into my circle. Pull the circle tight and fasten off, leaving a long tail. And that's all my parts crocheted. I'll crochet a back and 2 more of the raindrops, and I'll weave in my ends and I'll be back and we'll put it together. Now here's all my pieces. With the raindrops, I've weaved in the short end and left the long end. Now at the bottom of the cloud is the part with the wider curvy piece. Now the first things I'll do is embroider on a dot on each of the eyes, and then I'll attach the eyes to the cloud, probably about there. So I'll do that and I'll be back. Now the next things I'll do is embroider on the eyelashes and embroider on a mouth. I'll embroider on a sad mouth for this one, seeing as it's a rain cloud, but if you wanted a happy cloud you could do a happy mouth like that. Now the face is on the cloud. The next thing I do is put the wrong sides of the cloud pieces together and I crochet it together. I join just in that little dip there through both the back and the front. And I work 1 chain and a single crochet in the same stitch as the chain, and then I work a slip stitch into each stitch. I'll just go through the 1 loop of each stitch through both the front and the back, so just the edge loop. Work a slip stitch through each loop, just like that. But I'll miss the loop down here where I've done the slip stitch, but each other stitch I'll work 1 slip stitch into each loop, and I'll go right round to this dip here and I'll fasten off there. So I'll work around there and I'll be back. Once I get back to the dip, I work a single crochet into the next stitch and fasten off. And the next things I'll do is weave in these two ends, and then I'll attach the raindrops at different lengths evenly across the bottom there. So I'll do that and I'll be back to show you the finished cloud. And there's the finished cloud. If you like my video, please like, subscribe and share. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest and Twitter. The details are in the description below, along with the details of my website, where I have all my patterns, and the details of my Facebook group. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.